Hindus, too, like to wrestle, but their wrestling is quite peculiar, with its own flavor and some unique features that are not found anywhere else in the world. And it all looks like this. You have to agree, it's a strange sight. Wrestlers completely covered in mud, wrestling in nothing but loincloths, barefoot, on the bare, digged up ground, as if to imitate mats and cushion their falls, try to knock their opponent down and topple him on his back. This rather unusual wrestling is called Kushti. It is the most popular and well-known type of national wrestling in India, as well as widespread in Pakistan and Bangladesh. Kushti wrestling has very ancient traditions and brutal rules. In those days, the death of one of the wrestlers at the end of the fight was not surprising, it was even the norm. Now, of course, the situation has changed greatly. The rules have been softened and Kushti is not so lethal kind of martial arts. But it is impossible to consider it as safe since many holds which are considered inadmissible in similar types of martial arts such as freestyle wrestling, judo and sambo are allowed. Kushti is not just a martial art, it is in fact a special way of life. Training of Kushti wrestlers, who incidentally should be called Palavans, is organized in the form of community houses Akara, a special school, where a group of wrestlers live together with their teacher. The wrestlers led a kind of monastic life. They eat certain foodstuffs, exclude meat, do not smoke, do not drink and do not date girls. At this school, each wrestler receives individual instructions from his teacher concerning the number and sequence of exercises, the type of techniques he should prefer and his daily routine. Palavan training focuses on general physical and athletic preparation. First of all, they value strength and speed, a strong grip and flexibility. The entire system of grueling training is based on the development of these qualities, where not a single part of the body is neglected. During their workouts, Palavans do hundreds of push-ups in different variations, including push-ups with undulating motion of the trunk, to develop flexibility of the spine, obligatory pistol squats, often with a weight, or simply with a person on your shoulders. Also, rope climbing and running are an integral part of the physical training of wrestlers. Kushti also uses quite original training apparatus. This is now stone kettlebell in the shape of a bagel with a transverse handle in the middle. Garnell, a stone ring worn around the neck. Samtola, a large log with grooves cut into it for gripping with the hands. Kerala, wooden and stone clubs to strengthen the muscles of the shoulder girdle and hands. This unique system of wrestlers training leads to the fact that despite their heavy weight and powerful build, Kushti wrestlers are very fast, agile, hardy and physically extraordinarily strong people. The very wrestling, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is done in loincloths, langos, barefoot on a shallow ground dug in the ground, about 10 meters in diameter, which is called akada. The akada is round or square in shape. Its surface is carefully dug up and covered with a mixture of oil, yogurt and leaves of the sacred tree. Sometimes other remedies from the arsenal of traditional medicine are added to the soil, which allows wrestlers to quickly recover from their injuries, heal superficial wounds, and give them a special energy during the fight. Before the fight, wrestlers rub their bodies with mustard oil and special compositions to increase endurance and reduce pain, as well as rub the ground on their palms for a better grip. As in other wrestling, the main goal in Kushti wrestling is the same, to put the opponent on both shoulder blades. For that purpose, they are allowed to grab any part of the body and to apply leg holds and stand up in ground position. There is no time limit for the fight. Technical arsenal of Kushti includes grapples and throws based on both brute force and using the inertia of the opponent's movements. Asphyxiation techniques are practiced to immobilize and weaken the opponent, as well as suffocation, painful leverage and locks to break the limbs, fingers and spine of the opponent. Of course, the most dangerous moves are not used in today's competitions, although the fight is fought according to very strict rules. For example, the wrestlers practice to force the spine, which is strictly prohibited by the rules of modern international wrestling. Kushti champions are traditionally awarded a large wooden mace, often decorated with gold, silver and precious stones. The fights of famous wrestlers at the championships nowadays attract the attention of the whole country, and the winners are rewarded with cash prizes and valuable gifts. That for many young athletes, often from poor families, is a glimmer of hope, a chance to get out of poverty, start earning good money and become a respected member of society.